we'll see Mitchell Trubisky and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Zach Wilson and the New York Jets.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the New York Jets. On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Heinz Field. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former #2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And what was really attractive about Zach Wilson coming out of college, coming out of BYU, his ability to create and make plays when many people thought they didn't exist. But what's been even better is watch him improve in the pocket. Make the right read.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Saunders. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again. Now 3rd and long. Now it's Wilson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give him much run after catch.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback who grew up just outside of Cleveland on Lake Erie, Mitchell Trubisky. They go play action with Trubisky. That's complete to John Ross. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. He shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Sometimes the visuals don't exactly work out the way you expect. They wanted to let him use his size there and float one up to him, but he wasn't able to get any separation. The DB was right on him and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Carter. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Here's Braden Mann now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Will go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now Trubisky going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed him right there. On 2nd down, it's Harris. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Trubisky will throw.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line.
Partner happens often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
First and goal from just inside the 5. Harris. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
The point after through the raindrops up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Well now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now Carter to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the draw, it's Harris. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. On third down, Trubisky.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They go play action now. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that...
Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Jets have recovered. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Throwing is Wilson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. And Zerline's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
They hand this off to Harris. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Trubisky to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Steelers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Now Trubisky lost the football. The timeout here is we got a player shaken up, and that's Johnson who's down on the field. Oh, hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing here, Trubisky.
Open man, that's the tight end, Freiermuth.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Trubisky's throw complete to Freiermuth. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Michael Carter and the Jets offense ready to get back to work. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the 1st half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
On first down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a give to Carter. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. There's Wilson to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They go play action with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
They'll try to run for it with Carter. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Michael Carter punching it in from a yard away. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you get someone to tackle him. That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 15.
13 yards the tally on the return there. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Now Wilson on first down. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Hook up a 15 yards there. And it'll be 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. throw again is Wilson. And it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to more there, but it'll be second down. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Well, the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
To try again after the sack, Trubisky.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Harris. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Rolling to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. C.J. Mosley able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll run on first down. It's Carter. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Wilson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be... First down. It's Harris. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Sheldon Rankins in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carter. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd and 9. Wilson. Flushed out right. That's caught by his tight end, Trevon Wesco. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Airing it out deep for Smith. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now Trubisky back into his end zone. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Here's Trubisky. He gets it complete to Harris. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Take it at the 37. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to take over here. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead, it's 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Shotgun snap and a give to Carter.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
There's the stiff arm, and he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now Wilson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Wilson going to give to Carter on the draw.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Wilson. Flush to his right. Caught on the slant. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary 1st step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now it's Trubisky. That's into the hands of Edwards.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
87 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now Here's another carry for Harris. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. On the give, this is Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
So here's Wilson and the Jets. Down 24-17. A minute 50 to play. And they need to go 98 yards, the same distance John Elway went back in 1987 as they come up on 1st down. But no help there as they'll get to him at the 5. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Wilson to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Saunders. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty. 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Wilson. Got an open man to the right. That's Wesco. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Now Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. On 2nd down, Johnson. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Pittsburgh, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets,